Birdwatching and Maverick Insights Part 1. This is Ajay, your host, an ordinary maverick sharing real life thoughts, experiences, and maverick tips. Isn't it funny how everything connects when you go with your gut? There's a pattern. Let me tell you about bird watching and what it means to us as a family. Well, did you know birds are actually dinosaurs? Yes, they are the only surviving lineage of dinosaurs since the great extinction 66 million years ago. I do not recall when my love for birds began. However, ever since I was a child, I was interested in nature and loved spending time outdoors. I was fortunate to spend time on a big farm, which perhaps facilitated my strong foundation on nature, growing wheat, pulses, vegetables, fruits, and of course, appreciating birds. Looking back, I see that everywhere we traveled, bird watching was never far behind. Whether it was Jamaica, Trinidad, Namibia, South Africa, India, Brazil, USA, and Zambia. Let me share more. Are you aware that each year thousands of flamingos fly from Kutch to Mumbai in November and stay there until June? They fly in from as far as Serbia to the Run of Kutch and then to the mud flats in Sivri. India is home to two of the 6 flamingo species, the greater flamingo and lesser flamingo, and one sees both the types in Sivri mud flats. I recall getting to Sivri in Mumbai just to see them, and what a breathtaking sight it was. The horizon was dotted with thousands of pink and white flamingos amidst the mud flats. Then, of course, we have been to various bird sanctuaries in India, the Karnala Bird Sanctuary near Mumbai, the Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary near Agra, and the Okhla Bird Sanctuary near Delhi. It's amazing how when one starts looking around, you discover things that potentially even people living in that place or those who visit that place do not know about it. One such story is when we went to Goa, a beautiful coastal town in India, very famous for its beaches and laid-back vibe. Well, we discovered the Salim Ali Bird Sanctuary here, a hidden gem. It's an estuarine mangrove habitat and located on the island of Chorao along the Mandovi River in Goa. We went there as a family, and guess what? One tours the sanctuary in canoes, navigating between mangroves. The sanctuary's swampy ecosystem acts as a perfect breeding ground for numerous local as well as migratory birds. It is also home to several exotic species such as marsh crocodiles, pythons, planktons, jackals, and mudskippers. Apart from, of course, the bird species such as white egrets, purple herons, colorful kingfishers, eagles, cormorants, kites, woodpeckers, sandpipers, curlews, and mynas. Truly one of Goa's best kept secret. Speaking of mangroves reminds me of one of our most memorable trips that I took with my wife in Trinidad in the West Indies. The scarlet ibis is found in the Caroni Swamp, central Trinidad, and is the national bird of Trinidad. This beautiful bird is brown when young and its color changes to scarlet red when it matures. The Karodi Swamp, an area of 490 acres, a wetland reserve first designated in 1953 specifically to provide a habitat for the scarlet ibis. To witness the scarlet ibis come home to roost in the trees in the wetland is once in a lifetime experience, and it's like seeing a mammoth Christmas tree come to life in front of one's own eyes. Their bright scarlet color, derived from eating crabs that are rich in carotenoids, contrasted so starkly with the green of the mangroves that it was easy to see why one feels that these birds look like ornaments hung on a Christmas tree. I recall sitting in this boat in silence, waiting for the birds to come to roost as the sun set. However, we were totally unprepared for the spectacular, awe-inspiring sight that came to life in just moments. The sun was setting, and for 1 minute there were trees with no birds, and suddenly the next there were thousands and thousands of birds, bright red, scarlet, that descended on the trees. Believe me, we were surrounded by Christmas trees lit up in dots of red, bright scarlet, and it's the most amazing thing I have and we have ever seen. Well, here's my maverick take on bird watching. Ever thought what bird watching brings? It helps us connect with nature, to pay attention to the finer details and be patient. Honestly, it helps in cultivation of patience and to be still and wait for what comes. And most importantly, to be in the moment. You know, the mindfulness I've spoken about earlier. You might have heard of bird therapy. Yes, this is being increasingly used to support worries failing into insignificance, just like birds flying away. You know, I have a birding list. What's that, you may ask? Well, it's what it sounds like, a list of all the birds that we have seen either individually or as a family, and the memories with these sightings. Those are the bonds that are so important, and we tap into them often from our family memory bank. One such memory is of our fabulous ride up the Blue Mountains in Jamaica to witness the beautiful hummingbirds up in the mountains, and also to have one of the most amazing coffees, the Blue Mountain coffee at the lovely Gap Cafe. High up in the mountains with the spectacular views of Kingston, the capital city of Jamaica, where we lived for about 18 months some years back, the cafe had put up these bird feeders in their lovely garden, and as one was sipping the amazing coffee and soaking in the scenery, one was surrounded by these beautiful little hummingbirds. Of course, the Gap Cafe is also famous for another thing. It is said that Ian Fleming wrote the famous James Bond movie called Dr. No while he was staying here at the Gap Cafe. Well, bird watching is also a great way of connecting with family and friends. Try it. Plan a bird watching trip and start the bird listing as a family. You'll see what I mean. Here's the maverick tip. Bird watching helps one soak it all. You know, being patient, taking in the details, being in the moment. We need this even more now, given our hectic digital lives these days. So take your time, meet everyone you want to before leaving, whether it's from a party or you're leaving a place. Stay in the moment, soak it all in, and then you can bring it back anytime from your memory bank, just like we do for the birds. This is Ajay signing off with a loud shout out to fellow ordinary mavericks out there. And if you would like to join me in any one of my episodes and share your take on the Maverick formula itself and your experiences, we would really welcome that. You can reach me on theordinarymaverick@gmail.com. Keep smiling, stay well.